The soft glow of the phone screen illuminated Rachel's face as she stared at the message she had typed out. For hours, she had mulled over each word, revising, deleting, and rewriting. It had been years since she last spoke to her mother, years filled with anger, resentment, and the bitter silence that grows between estranged hearts. But tonight, something in her stirred, a longing, a desire to mend the broken bond. The unsent text on her screen was the bridge she hoped could bring them back together. Mom, I'm sorry for everything. Can we talk? It was a simple message, but it carried the weight of so much more. The years of misunderstandings, the harsh words that never should have been spoken, and the love that still lingered, buried beneath layers of hurt. Her thumb hovered over the send button, hesitating. What if her mother didn't respond? What if it was too late to fix what was broken? She set the phone down, deciding to sleep on it. The conversation could wait until tomorrow. The next morning, Rachel woke up with a tight knot of unease in her chest. Her mind flashed back to the message she had left unsent. She picked up her phone, preparing to send it, but before she could press the button, her phone rang. It was her aunt. The words that came through the line shattered her world. Her mother was gone. Rachel felt the room close in around her as the weight of the news settled over her like a suffocating blanket. She hadn't spoken to her mother in years, and now she never would. The message, the chance for reconciliation, remained unsent. Her mother would never know how much she wanted to fix things. The opportunity for forgiveness, for healing, had slipped through her fingers in a cruel twist of fate. In the days following her mother's passing, Rachel found herself consumed by grief and guilt. She replayed every memory of their strained relationship, the moments that had driven them apart, and the words she wished she could take back. The funeral was a blur, a somber procession of mourners who barely knew the depth of the pain Rachel carried. After the service, Rachel returned to her childhood home, now eerily quiet without her mother's presence. Each room was a reminder of the life they once shared, the laughter that used to fill the air, the arguments that echoed through the walls, and the love that had become so hard to express. Her mother's things were still in their places, untouched, as though she might return at any moment. Rachel wandered through the house, lost in memories. In her mother's bedroom, she found an old box tucked away in the closet. Inside were letters, photos, and keepsakes from her mother's life. As she sifted through the items, she came across a letter addressed to her. With trembling hands, she opened it. Rachel, I don't know how to begin this. There's so much I want to say, but I've never been good at saying things out loud. I know we've had our differences, and I'm not blameless in that. I miss you, even if I haven't said it. I hope one day we can talk and make things right. Love, Mom. Tears blurred Rachel's vision as she read the words. Her mother had wanted to reconcile too. She had been waiting, just like Rachel, for the right moment to reach out. But that moment had never come. The letter was a testament to all the things left unsaid between them, both of them too stubborn, too hurt to make the first move. The unsent text on Rachel's phone felt like a cruel joke now, a reminder of how close she had come to healing the rift between them. She had waited too long, and now it was too late. In the weeks that followed, Rachel struggled to come to terms with her mother's death and the missed chance for forgiveness. She would often find herself rereading the letter, wondering what might have been if she had just sent that message a day earlier. The weight of the unsent text was unbearable, a constant reminder of her regret. But as time passed, Rachel began to realize that reconciliation didn't always come in the form of a conversation. Sometimes it came in the quiet moments of reflection, in the memories shared, in the understanding that both she and her mother had wanted to make amends, even if they never had the chance to do so. One evening, as the sun set and bathed the room in a golden glow, Rachel sat down with her phone and opened the unsent message. Her fingers hovered over the screen, just as they had that night weeks ago. But this time, instead of sending it, she deleted the message. The words didn't need to be sent now. They had already been felt. She sat in the quiet, holding her mother's letter in one hand and the phone in the other, finally allowing herself to grieve. And in that grief, she found a sense of peace, knowing that despite everything, love had still been there, even in the silence. The forgiveness she sought was not in the words left unsent, but in the love that had never truly left. In the end, the unsent text became more than just a missed opportunity for Rachel. It became a symbol of the complicated nature of love and the fragility of life. Sometimes we don't get the chance to say the things we need to say, but that doesn't mean they aren't felt. And sometimes the hardest part of forgiveness is forgiving ourselves for the things we left unsaid.